Welcome back, Five Aces.
Hey people, Five Aces here. Are all the other company viewers two casters too competent for you? Well, do I have the remedy for you? This is Five Aces coming live at you with another 1v1 auto match on the company viewers ladder. 1 minute and is the countdown until the match is about to start. And the players in question are, let us reveal, the Fog of War, because we're casters. We deserve the caster vision. We've got on the Eastern Front, spawning as the Wehrmacht Vanilla, Mr. Desmon. And he's up against, spawning as the Classic Soviets, Mr. Treadz. Now both of these players, I've checked them beforehand, and their Steam profiles indicate that they're both top 100, ranked Prestige 1, 2, and 3, so those guys are definitely, I mean, being within the top 100 in a game that is still played to a relatively large degree, and still has a stable and strong competitive community, that is something. So both these players definitely worth their salt. Now, let's go over the map. This is, I don't remember the name because I'm really bad at map names, but it's the one with the elevated middle point. I think this is a community map actually. And yeah, the VP very exposed from all sides, so really hard to hold. This is not something where you can easily lock down one of those points. Also, the garrisons are pretty trash as far as I remember. I think they only have like 2 windows, so it's not like in Command and Conquer. Ooh, there's also a cherry blossom tree, gorgeous. It's not like in Red Alert 2 where you can just instantly check out garrisons and all the inhabitants shoot from all sides and angles. It is rather very directional, and also depending on the number of... Wait, is that normal speed? Yeah. It also just depends on the number of windows that you have facing your opposition. Okay, so... Oh, sorry, this is OKW. Never mind. So not Wehrmacht Vanilla. That's already our first caster's mistake. There's the Kübelwagen out. So what does that thing do? It runs around capturing points. That's pretty much all it's good for, but in the early game it can be a bit annoying. It can also crush light cover, as we can see here. And so let's check the commanders. Desmon has not yet locked in a commander, but Treadz has gone for armored assault tactics. So they've got radio intercept. This basically means that they know that he will hear whenever there is a unit being built through the Fog of War. So he knows what he's up against. That's a super useful 0 command point ability. There is another 0 command point ability that is the T-3485 medium tank that can be purchased after building a Tankowy Kompania, mechanized armor Kompania, and that is just universally good. This is a really good tank. Then it's a bit of a heavyweight. It's better than the P4, I would say. Then we've got vehicle crew repair training, so vehicles can repair out of combat, but that takes a long time. It's not that efficient. Also 7 command points, so coming in steep. Then we've got the IS-2, which is probably the biggest selling point, but that is a super late game ability that's 11 command points deep. And to top it all off, we've got the IL-2 Sturmovik. And the Sturmovik is insane. That is a loiter that just, the Sturmovik basically blasts everything in its radius for a long time. So we've got the Sturmpires lurking. Oh, okay. Immediately forcing a fallback on the combat engineers of the Soviets. Man, the Soviets are really going heavy on the man spam for now. There is a double NG squad and triple conscript squad out. That is... So this is interesting. These builds are completely opposite of each other. There is a very late game centric commander being chosen by Treadz, but an early game composition with lots of man spam. And conversely, we've got a very early game focused commander. Let's go over the Feuersturm doctrine that has just been locked in. It's got the Flammenpanzer 38 Hetzer, which is a 0 command point ability, but still needs... has a Kyobi flamethrower, okay. But still needs the... whatever the hell it's called. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Those guys need to yield immediately. Okay, my game sounds have just dropped to minimal levels. I don't know if that's the same for you, but it's kind of weird. Okay, Kübel stands the risk of being wiped, but escapes on a sliver. Okay, lucky. So the conscripts need to fall back as well, because the whatever the hell those things are that the Sturmpires are wielding are very lethal at close range. Some sort of submachine guns. Yeah, Sturmpires are really good at close range. Probably the strongest combat engineers. Soviets obviously can upgrade theirs with a flamethrower, so they're pretty good against units in cover or in garrisons, but that still comes at a caveat. Okay, the Ura being activated by the conscript, so he can get a better position here. And get into the shit garrison. Yeah, does that really only have 2 windows here? That just nullifies your DPS, if we're being honest. The cutoff is attempted to be taken, but again he has to yield to the Sturmpyos. We are now up to just 1 kill. That's pretty meager thus far. Not the greatest trade deal in the history of trade deals. So a couple sandbags have gone down here as well. That means that that from this direction Desmon has a very very tight control of the map, because it takes an age to dislodge these. Okay, this cutoff is not gonna be taken. Those Volksgrenadiere are being pushed back by 2 squads of conscripts, one of whom is very wounded for now. Is the medic out already? Yep. Medics are in the house, and also the first flamethrower has gone up. So those guys are now going to be really good against units in heavy cover. Middle VP is being taken by the Sturmpyos. Now, again, this is a very exposed point that is easy to contest, because all you need to do is attack, move into this, and your units will fight at max range, which is going to mean the Sturmpyos have 0 DPS. Also, they purchased a Minesweeper. That decreases their DPS, because one of those guys trades his whatever the hell the gun is for a Minesweeper. And that thing, you can't whack people over the head with this, so it's not that great, to be honest. It is great at spotting mines and nothing else. So a DPS downgrade, which is a really cool way of balancing upgrades, by the way. Oh, also, speaking of Company of Heroes and the future, oh my lord, scorchinating those Sturmpyos. Yeah, they have to yield here. Yikes, that was a lot of damage. Okay, so speaking of the future of Company of Heroes, there is Company of Heroes 3 on the horizon. And I've opted in onto the beta. I haven't gotten the chance to play it just yet, but it looks pretty good. Maybe a bit more cartoony is how people described it, but I think the gameplay is getting there. You know, community is always going to have some gripes with the gameplay. Tankobi Battalion Command is going up, so that is basically the tier 3 coming online. Conscripts are trying to Ura and get into close range. Oh, they're going to be mowed down here by the Volksgrens. This is... wait a sec. It's not as bad as I thought. Man. Okay, guys. You need to learn how to focus. This is some shit shooting. This is some shit tier. I'm not a weapons guy. Even I probably could have taken those shots. Not that I would ever want to. It's such a weird disconnect. I love playing war games, but in all actuality, war is just horrible. And yeah, we've had more than our fair share of that. I had never anticipated the war to come back to Europe in 2022, but it's on the top of the shit list bingo card that we made for ourselves. Sturmpyos are ready to assist here. Ooh, that's gonna be nasty. Conscripts need to yield. This double stack of conscripts is in the meantime taken in the middle. Okay, there is an MG42, and this is within the arc, at least one of the squads. The other squad of conscripts, however, is probably going to be able to put... oh, he refocused just in time. Okay, suppression is wearing off now. That's a mine. That was a great bait. Oh, however, the MG42 has been forced to turn, and as a result is going to get scorched. Okay, the gunner... if the gunner drops, that's going to be a disaster. No, doesn't look like it for the time being. Nade is being tossed. Okay, good dodge. Doesn't lose a model, just a little health. That was some nice awareness. T70 is coming online. Hey, we haven't seen that thing in a long while. But there is also an SDKFC. The camera is right now obscuring my vision, so I know it's the flak track, but I don't know the exact designation of that vehicle. So I've got the double vehicle. Oh, okay, the lights are on. That's cool. So that's considered a night map, I guess. Interesting. Man, Sturmpyos, the Volksgrens behind heavy cover, and they've gotten the upgrade. That's a smoke nade, that's a bit annoying. That's actually gonna help the conscript's flank. Probably not the best use of a smoke nade, if we're being honest. But he's purchased one of those signature upgrades. It's the assault package. Can be equipped with MP40s and a variety of grenades. Yeah, that was not a wise investment of minis. It really wasn't. We're up to 4 conscript squads and 2 NG squads and a T70. Pretty lethal combination, but not against the flak truck. The flak truck is going to be able to make minced meat out of the thing. Also, the second Sturmpau squad... Wait, there's only one Sturmpau squad, so it's now... Can it be upgraded with both the Minesweeper and the Zook, or is that just a Zook now? Oh, bad way, bad way. Okay, lucky, gets a lucky break here that the model was just behind the hedge and was not allowed to fire a shot. That was extremely lucky. That T70 would have been forfeit. They're still lurking, still sharking around. Oh my goodness. Treadz doesn't have his munis point connected. He hadn't had it connected for a long time. There is now a tech truck coming out here. Assault packages on both the, on all 3 of the Volksgrenadiere. Yeah, flak truck, instant suppression. There is no anti-tank answer just yet. So this is a very good window for Desmon to inflict some damage. We haven't gone over his commander abilities just yet. We've talked about the Flammenpanzer, or the Hetzer, which is a very scary early to mid-game vehicle, because it scorchinates infantry and nothing else. But it has some really good frontal armor for its time in the game. So it's relatively well armored from the front side for an early game vehicle. Then we've got incendiary munitions, which is really annoying. So that gives incendiary rounds to the light guns. Light guns are the OKW artillery piece, and this can be really nasty sometimes. Gives some great area denial, and that's pretty good against the build that Treadz is going for, because he's got lots of conscript squads roaming around. And those being first suppressed by the flak truck and then chunked out by like fire is pretty nasty. Conscript can't find an angle into the SDKFC. Man, the flak truck, for now, paying big dividends. Getting its first staff veterancy as well. Despite not having too many kills, only 2 kills for now, but definitely a German-centric game for the time being. He's also purchased a preemptive Raketenwerfer. Yeah, Stang Post is now in operation. We've got our first Ziskan out. That is the Russian anti-tank variety. Pretty shit penetration, but it's good enough to kill a flak truck, because that thing ain't really that well armored, if we're being honest. Oh, the Zooks missing their shot, and they are forced to retreat. This now means that the Panzer can go on the T70 can go on the aggressive. Until those guys are back from out of base and have healed up, that's pretty much the kingmaker on the field. Okay, Raketenwerfer also needs to yield almost immediately. Yeah, I think that thing needs to book it. So, little resurgence of Russian forces on the map. Man. It was good times when it was all good, harmless fun. Reminiscing about Soviet Russia, but nowadays, good dodge, really good awareness from Treadz. But that's something you would expect from a top 100 player, I'd say. He hasn't fallen prey to those instant nades. The Germans do have access to the most annoying nades in the game. And I say that as someone who has never played as the Germans. It's like, for roleplay reasons, no thank you. But, no, I've played as them sometimes in the campaign. But I honestly just had more fun playing especially British forces. But also the Soviets. The Americans I'm not too familiar with. I haven't really put any time into practicing. Okay, mines are going up for the combat engineers. I mean, from a gameplay standpoint, it's pretty cool to have them able to reach veterancy 5. Lots of mines. That is a really good call. That is a good deterrent to OKW pushing in, because there's Obersoldaten, so tier 4 is unlocked. So the thing is, the OKW squads, especially the Sturmpires, they have 4 men. Oh, T7 has immediately found the MG42. Good hustle. There's already a flak truck being set up. Look at this. I don't think we've had any squad wipes just yet this game. Oh, but yeah, Obersoldaten. Ooh, there's also a nasty nade squad ambush waiting to happen. Okay, Schwerer Panzer HQ is in a really good position to lock down at least the eastern perimeter of the map. Yeah, Obersoldaten right now, he doesn't really have an answer for that other than just overwhelming them. Double Ziskan is out, but does he have the fuel? Okay, he's banked up a fair amount of fuel. There is a, I think that's a regular P4, but does it have that shield icon? Oh. The enemy has cut off a sector, yeah. It's looking pretty Wehrmacht-centric again, or OKW-centric. Oh, Faust connects, but at a heavy price. Those guys are lucky that they made it out alive. The T-70 can be repaired fairly instantly. Flag truck relocating, as well as the Raketenwerfer. So at least Treadz can hold his side of the map. Oh, we haven't talked about the rest of the commander abilities for Desmon just yet. The Opel Blitz, that is something you'll never see in a 1v1. That just allows you to expedite your resource increase, to your resource gains. Okay, this gun connects. Instant smoke being pulled. Yeah, tried to shoot through the fog of war. Okay. Ha! Sneaky buggers trying to find the T-70, but that's not happening. T-70 has been in a really good position, really safe. Raketenwerfer still around. Oh, good lord. Obersoldaten behind heavy cover. Okay. Heavy cover destroyed. They need to yield. That is, yeah, that is a regular Panzer IV. And there's the first bounce on that thing. That just has a shield icon. Okay. I was not aware. Cool. So the Zis guns need to relocate and make sure they're not being flanked from the eastern perimeter. Oh, I love that he's putting up so many mines. It makes it so much harder for the Panzer IV to be used effectively. Both Zis guns bouncing, and that's not even from the correct angle. That was lucky. That was some German luck there. Trademark luck. Oh, the mines have not been spotted. The assault-packaged Volksgrenadiere are trying to advance onto this position, and they're going to be able to manage as well. Alright, NGs, we're going to book it. Those things are very lethal at close range. Oh my goodness. This might be the first wipe of the game. No! Actually gets away, and the first penetration. That is legit the first penetrating hit on that thing. 2 Ziskan squads, that's like 12 men being pushed back by those 5 Germans. With the Sturmgewehre. No, with the... I can't ever remember the names. Wait a sec. Oh, it's just MP40s, okay. That is easy enough. And the cover. Oh, Ziskan barrage at close range. That did a number. That was a good use of the Ziskan barrage because it also simultaneously destroyed half of the cover. So good tussle there. Oh, and the Panzer IV has been struck by a mine. Panzer IV a little stricken and a little exposed at the moment. Wrong time, wrong neighborhood. Kübelwagen has not been that effective anymore, but I'm not too surprised about that. We're past the early game. Oh my goodness, a 4th German vehicle is being added, and that looks like a Stug. Stug is one of those units, very hit or miss. It is good against tanks and nothing else. It's not really a tank destroyer though. It is, it doesn't have the greatest, it's got good DPS, but it doesn't have the... Wait, those guys have an upgrade, huh? Truck point, suppressing fire. They've got some sort of upgrade. I think that's maybe from the assault package? No, it doesn't say that these guys can get one. So maybe that's just their regular, whatever the hell it's called, upgrade. Yeah, 8 kills on those guys already. Ah, oh, Obersoldaten are so brutal. They gun down conscripts. They eat conscripts for breakfast, basically. Ooh, nasty hit onto the T-70, but that thing is still alive, still kicking. 7 kills too. Very risky. Oh, those guys were out of the circle anyway. This gun's trucking around, but they can't really find the connection. And they're also not being well supported, so this is a risky move. They could easily die to a nade here, or something. Or just being kited around. Oh, that's not a Stug, it's the Hetzer. Okay, ooh, this guy needs to book it. Is that the first wipe? No, gets away as well. Whew. What a crazy game. We're seeing basically everything that the Feuersturm Doctrine has to offer. We're just... Oh, the Rocket Barrage. Oh my lord, 200 munis though. That is also quite late game. 9 command points. Not as late game as the 12 command points for the Sturmovik. Let's be real here. Yeah, that is a massive German blob. But running into head first into the... that is a... Wait, M1910? That's a maxim, right? Oh. There is red smoke coming in hot. Is that the rocket barrage already? Oh, that is the rocket barrage! Yeah, first wipe and already destroying the model as well. Oh, what a hit. However, the Russian forces have been staying strong and also recapturing middle. So not all hope is lost, he just lost a Zisgun. That is a significant manpower loss, but no fuel loss and no munis loss represented here. So it's okay-ish. Fuel point is now being grabbed. There is a P4, but the P4 by itself should not be able to stop that in time. Yeah. Hurrah, not being issued? No, it's just the conscripts randomly saying hurrah. Oh, there's the T-34-85. Refocusing here. Gets a shot onto the SDKFC, but takes a pummeling himself as well. Ooh, he was trying to go for the fog of war kill. No, that's too much damage. T-34-85 is a very sturdy vehicle though, so gets away on half health. It's doing pretty fine despite eating 2 P4 shots. Not the best opening salvo here, but lots of energy actually, because he dealt lots of damage to vehicles. So probably still worth it despite the repair time. Yeah, I was wondering where it would spend the fuel. There's now 70 fuel on the menu. What's that? Oh, that's just the Schwerpanzer HQ. Man, the Kübelwagen is still alive. Triple cap for the Soviets now, but they're pretty much under pressure. 180 tickets remaining. So there's gonna be not too long left if he lets himself get triple capped once again. For now it's looking okay though. He's got the 7-man upgrade on the conscript squad, so they're just more durable. Honestly, their DPS is quite negligible. They're more there to just hold the ground for better units. And also some super useful abilities like Merge. Merge is one of my favorite abilities. Allows them to join forces with another squad, whichever designation may be. Like they can bolster up an engineer squad, bolster up Ziskan squads. What is that thing doing? You need to book it, my friend. You're dead. What the hell? Okay, that's the first big mistake here from Treadz. It was a 7-man conscript squad. Ouch! That stings a lot. T-34-85. Wait. Gets a really good kill here. Forcing that thing back, but the Panzervieh is still around. Oh, and the Ziskan has been recruited. Another infantry squad being killed, gunned down here. Oh, this may be where it's all falling apart. Ziskan is decrewed. He's trying to get the connection with the 18-8. At least there is... Wait, did he not get... Oh, he did get the 18-8, okay. Okay. Oh god, he's lost so much here. That is the Sturmovik Loiter. That thing is now active for 46 seconds. Well, it's gonna allow him to make a resurgence on the map. Ouch. Yeah, not a good position for the T-34-85 to fight in. Because all the enemy units are out of the circle. And as a result, the flak track can chip into some damage as well. Okay. Flammenpanzer has to book it. Pretty much all the armor is wounded from both sides. Ziskan frantically rotating, trying to find a connection. I don't think there's line of sight for the time being. Okay, this must be a Sturm, right? Or is that a Jagdpanzer? I can never tell with those icons. Oh, the Schwerpanzer HQ is gonna get an aircraft kill. Yep. Sturmovik storming down, and here's the second Sturmovik. Yikes. Okay, but another T-34-85 is being procured. All units are back in base, licking their wounds. Wait, there is also a Volksgrenadier squad missing, so that has died somewhere along the lines as well. Double conscripts duking it out with the Volksgrens. I think at long range there would be an advantage now with those upgrades. Those are more close range upgrades. So yeah, V-Grens have to yield. And one of the conscript squads gets its boots onto the southern victory point, very important. However, northern side, there is a forward base of operations being established and also some sandbags going up. So that is good for the Germans. We're up to 2 squads of Obers. Ooh. I think 2 squads of Obers can even wipe a Maxim easily. Hands down, fairly easy. The only downside of Obers is that they do not have AT weapons. No AT nades, nothing. Ouch. So the Germans trying to take a position here. Double T-34-85, here's the double sandwich. This might be... no, not with the Jagdpanzer. If the Jagdpanzer kites back properly, there is no way in hell that those 2 T-34-85s can sustain the damage. No, sir. Jagdpanzer has got insane frontal armor, so that was really good. Just unit movement in general. Lucky, 2 shots being missed. So T-34-85, so one of them is up to Veterancy 1. That just unlocks the secure mode, that's whatever. Veterancy 2, improved main gun targeting and rate of fire, that's a big one. And then we've got Veterancy 3. Fast makes him faster and gives him more or less attack cooldown. That is a very good upgrade. Man, he's purchased pretty much everything. Wait. Oh my, I thought that was an Opel Blitz, but no. That's just... That is just a tech truck. Okay, this is the flak truck going down. It's the first vehicle kill of the game. We've got us a really good vehicle preservation from both players. The T-70 is up to Veterancy 3. That thing is pretty good now. It has pretty good rate of fire and also can, I think, capture, right? Yeah, it's got the secure mode as well. Oh, okay. Kübelwagen, that thing is also probably going down. He's trying to double team and sandwich the Jagdpanzer. This is gonna go so bad for him. Yikes! He's trying to get into the rear armor of this thing. Oh my goodness, a micro battle for the ages. No. No, it's all falling apart. Oh my goodness, he lost the T-34-85. The other one is stricken as well. He lost basically all of his conscript squads in the middle to this meat grinder. My lord! Double Obers plus the Flammenpanzer. Yeah, this was just a game-losing move. Just look at his roster melting. Completely being obliterated within a matter of seconds. Yeah, that was a game-losing move. Loses his tank, loses all of his infantry forces, and I don't think there is a comeback possible for Treadz. That was just an insanely greedy mistake. Trying to chase after the Jagdpanzer. Like, unless you're 100% sure you can get into the rear arm of this thing, do never chase it. Because it is gonna shred you and a front llama is gonna bounce for days. I've been there before and I'm not even a good player. I just know how it be. Also, the T-34-85s, you don't want to use them for ramming. You can do that with the T-80... T-80s? You know, the T-34s... God, good lord. Tank designations. You know, the standard ones, the stock standard ones you get from the regular doctrine. Those are pretty shit and pretty cheap, so you can basically throw them away by ramming them into things, but the T-34-85s are a lot more expensive. T-34... Maybe it's just the T-30, like regular T-34, right? T-34 not. T-34 vanilla. Oh no. His roster is so decimated. This thing has 0 kills, by the way. Just putting it out there. Alright, and the T-70 ain't gonna change the tide of battle. There's also enough munis banked up for Desmon to go for a rocket barrage. We've seen this thing before. It is a very lethal 1-2 punch in combination with a push. Then it's just rocket artillery, fire away at the enemy forces, wherever they have their forces concentrated. Okay, so mechanized headquarter is what was being purchased with the tech truck. So this sector is firmly German, and it's not looking like that's about to change anytime soon. The Flammenpanzer Hetzer. What a strange design. Okay, there's the P4 being stricken. And it has wasted it. Oops, that's the first bounce though. And here is a lot of AT coming your way. Oh my goodness, he's bouncing again. Unlucky, but then again, German armor just is very strong from the front especially. Yeah, and he was fighting into 3 AT resources, so there was no way in hell he would have been able to continue. Ober's trying to get a good flank in, but the T-70 actually being the most valuable unit on the Soviet roster thus far. That thing has earned its veterancy. 15 kills, lots of pressure. I don't think there's gonna be enough time to get another tank in. Okay, the third... Oh, that was a wipe on a stolen Zisgun. Okay. So maybe that's a little window. Let's see. Jagdpanzer gets a really good shot. Uh-oh. Oh, that's the T-34-85 down for nothing. We have lost one of our armored vehicles. Yeah, that was just too greedy, sticking around for too long. Oh, incendiary munis. I think we've seen everything that this commander has to offer bar the Opel Blitz for now. Incendiary munis are pretty good even against light armor. So the 70 can't stay around for too much longer either. And those things are only going to be increasingly more lethal as time goes on. Ooh, this barrages. But at a very inopportune time, and in comes the rocket barrage. I think that's about to seal the deal here. Good dodge, but he's being chased. Wait a sec, was that friendly fire? I think that was a lot of friendly fire onto his own tanks. But okay. It gets the wipe on one of the AT guns. Okay, he's gonna die for his sins though. I think. Oh, bounces the armor. And very forward-facing Jagdpanzer. Man, it's a miracle that all those units are still alive. At least one of the Zis guns survived, and the other one can be recruited. With a 7-man conscript squad, that's so convenient. You right-click, and then you merge, and then you've got a full Zis gun squad on the field immediately. That's one of the things I love the most about. Okay. Jagdi actually eats the T-70 up for breakfast. Yeah, no. And here's the bounces. Bounces are about to commence yet again. No munis for the Sturmovik. I think that's about it. Half an hour deep. Triple cap, 55 points. I doubt there is a chance left for Treadz. On the treadmill against the German Übermacht. Ain't looking too hot here. One lonesome guy with a minesweeper and 0 veterancy, 0 kills. Trying to get the VP. Alright, that's ambitious. Speaking of ambitious, Mr. T-70, Mr. T-34-85, not today. What do we say to the gods of armor bounces? Not today. No, there is no way he can re-establish himself here. These guns relocating. Yeah, there's the Hetzer again. If that thing had died, maybe. But as it stands, it's so easy for the German player to just stop any advances. Not like this! Oh god. Another conscript squad down. And there is... Is that a Stug now? No! It's another Hetzer! We're about to see a second Hetzer here. Oh good lord. just to add insult to injury, and that's it. Infinitely looping MG bug. Yeah, that was a crazy game, but it all fell apart in one single push. Just both players at complete parity, and actually a fairly even VP situation as well until minute, I would say 20, when the engagement happened here and he tried to chase, greedily chase for the Jagdpanzer. That thing just isn't meant to die from the front. You have to flank it, and if you don't get the flank, then it's game over. And that's exactly what happened. He lost his first T-34-85, and he death spiraled from there. There was another Hetzer on the build queue. Yeah, that thing has been really effective, and it has just lived for so long. It has good armor, so there's that. Yeah, that was a pretty great game, very entertaining. We'll be back with more Company of Heroes 2. So, for now, thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, you know, then you can maybe share it in the Company of Heroes 2 community, because I don't really have any access to, or I'm not really in the community per se, and I haven't honestly made an effort to share them too much, because there's other much more knowledgeable casters. I just do this because I like the game a lot, and it's a lot of fun, bumbling around without any semblance of knowledge. But that's about to increase, you know, over the course of time. So yeah, that's a pretty great run. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week, and I'll see you then. 5 Aces out.